zipper is one of those techniques that you're very used to on a domestic sewing machine, but most people don't realize that you can actually insert a zipper on a serger. A couple of things that we'll need to do is we need to make sure that we're on the right stitch, which in this case is a 3-thread wide overlock. I have my needle thread, my upper looper thread, and my lower looper thread. Now the next thing that you're going to want to do is make sure that that stitch length is about 3.5 to 4. I'm usually at about 3.5 depending upon the fabric I'm inserting my zipper into. And then we're going to need to make sure that we have the cording foot attached, because we do need that groove for the zipper teeth to ride under. Now let's take a look at how we're actually going to set everything up for inserting that zipper. This is my base fabric, and my zipper is going to go from the top to the bottom of this base fabric. But if you take a look at this, my zipper is longer. You will need your zipper to be about anywhere from 2 inches to 3 inches longer than what you're inserting it into. And basically what that is so that you can clear that zipper pull and clear the zipper stop. The other thing is you want to make sure that you're using a nylon zipper, because we will be cutting through the zipper teeth. Now I have a handy dandy little notion that I like to use, and this actually helps secure my zipper tape to my fabric because we can't use pins. It's actually called wash away basting tape. What I'm going to do is I'm applying my basting tape on the right side of the zipper where I can see the teeth, I can see the pull, and I can see the top. And I'm only doing it the length of my fabric. I don't want any extra of that tape on my zipper because it does tend to I guess stick or get caught sometimes on that presser foot. And I'm just going to secure that down. Then I'm going to apply it immediately to the other side. And again, I'm making sure that I'm putting that tape as close as I can to the edge. I don't want it close to the coils because I want my zipper to be able to open and close without anything stopping it from doing that. I'm going to go ahead and clip that, and then I'm just going to press that down. Now when we insert the zipper, what we're going to do is we're going to place our zipper and our fabric right sides together. So to make sure that I'm always doing that, I place both of my fabric pieces right side up. And move one of them out of the way because we're going to do one side at a time. And the first side I'm going to do is the left side of my fabric piece. So I'm going to take the left side of my zipper, and that's looking at it when I'm looking at the pull, and I'm going to remove that paper from that basting tape. And what that does is that it exposes the sticky side of this tape. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and open up my zipper, and now I'm going to attach it to my fabric edge. And again, I want to attach it to the top where I have that sticky, right up to the top, and I leave about probably about a 1/16 of an inch of that raw edge of my fabric hanging out. And again, you always want to make sure that you have the top and the bottom, you've got a little bit of leadway here. That's why we set up or aligned our fabric piece with our zipper so we knew where we were at. Now we're ready to place everything underneath the cording foot on our serger. I'm going to lift that cording foot up. I don't want to cut any of this, so I'm just going to slide everything in place. Again, I'm lining the coil with the groove on that cording foot. Now what's going to happen in this case is we will be trimming ever so slightly this edge of our zipper tape. And that's okay because it's going to be caught by the overcast of that 3-thread overlock. And as I get everything lined up, that little extra zipper, so I do need to help it along just a little bit. And once it's lined up, there we go. We are stitching away. You can feel that coil riding in that groove. We're trimming our fabric, and we are trimming that zipper tape. Don't panic. Again, it's overcasting those edges. Everything will be fine. And as we come to the end, I can't serge straight off because I have this pull. So I'm going to serge to the end. And then what I do is I just move everything off it to the left, and then I come out from underneath the presser foot. And let's take a look at that. Look at how stunning that is on the front side. And then on the back side or the inside of my zipper, look at how beautifully that is, that's finished. So now our true test of how our zipper was installed and installed properly is to close that zipper. It looks beautiful on that front side. Again, beautiful on that back side with that beautiful overcast stitch, and even on the back side. So it's a nice clean finish. But does my zipper close? Now grab that zipper pull and voila, look at how stunning that is. And the great thing about this is that you can see the needle got that fabric right up to that zipper coil. So this is a great way to do an exposed zipper and all you're seeing is the zipper coil and not part of that zipper tape. So our last step is actually to attach the zipper to the other side of our fabric piece. Now when I do this, the easiest way that I have found is to leave my zipper closed. And the reason that I do that is now I'm able to align my fabric edges to one another. The first thing I'm going to do is, again, I have to remove that paper backing on that tape. So I expose the sticky side of that tape. That's the side that I want. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to align my fabric edges along there, and then this zipper tape again is not going to be aligned to my fabric edge here, but I'm going to go in anywhere from 1/8 to 1/4 of an inch. And we're just going to go ahead and we're going to place that down, and I am eyeballing it. If I wanted to, I would mark my fabric, or you could mark your fabric, and then you would align the edge of your zipper tape with that marked line on your fabric. And again, the fabric and the zipper tape are right sides together. It's always really important to remember. Now, so that I can make sure that that zipper coil rides in that groove, I am going to open my zipper up fully. Now we're ready to place this underneath our presser foot. I do one thing, and when I'm on this side, I like to clip out that little L. I just think it helps me guide everything underneath that presser foot. So what I'm doing is I clipped horizontally across to the zipper tape, and then I'm going to clip up to that fabric edge. What that will do is that allows me to slide this up into up to the cutting blade. Now, because I've got, in this case, I've got that zipper pull on the back side, that's where I wanted to make sure I had enough length so that that sits, and you can see that sitting at that back of the presser foot. So I know I'm not gonna get anything caught or anything's gonna get bogged down. Slide everything underneath the presser foot, and I wanna make sure that I align those coils with that guide on the presser foot. And I might just start out here so that I can get everything repositioned. I'm just gonna start sewing ever so slowly, and I am hanging on the back side just to help get everything positioned. And now those coils are in that groove, and I'm just going to continue to stitch down my fabric. And again, I'm trimming my fabric, and I am trimming just a little bit of that zipper tape. Not a whole lot, just a little. And as I come to the end, I'm just going to sew off my fabric and my zipper and cut those threads. So now let's take a look at our zipper. Everything looks great. Look at how beautiful that overcast is on the front, how stunning it is on the back. If I look at my fabric edge, it's right up next to that coil, but not into that coil. Now there might be a few times where when you are starting, you might have gotten a few stitches caught in the coil, so just simply take those out. Now here's our test. My zipper is closing perfectly. And if I take a look at that, isn't that a stunning application? That zipper just blends into my fabric. I use this a lot in makeup bags or project bags. I have a lot of little bags that I carry around that have all sorts of stuff in, and it's just a quick, easy way to insert a zipper. And because it gets a lot of usage, having those overcast edges is perfect, and the zipper lies nice and flat. Now to finish this, One of the reasons I had mentioned earlier was you wanted that nylon zipper. This is really fun. So now I'm ready to cut off the bottom end of my zippers. I'm placing my fabric underneath my presser foot, and I'm going to stitch very slowly to start. And as I get to my zipper, I take my time because it's going to cutting blade. See how that just cut that zipper just so perfectly? And I'm going to pull all of that out of the way so it doesn't get caught in anything. Stitch to the ends. Now I'm ready to cut my threads, and then we'll take a look at the bottom of that zipper. And you can see how easily, other than I didn't sew very straight right there, how easily it is to stitch across the bottom of the zipper. Now that will remain closed as I open and close my zipper. That stops it. Typically this is what I put in the seam. Now as far as the top of my zipper, what I do when I work with the top of my zipper, I actually place that in a seam first to catch that, but I always make sure that I open that zipper up, because if that zipper pull is past that seam, I'm not getting into anything. And that's how easily it is to create or insert a zipper on the Baby Lock Vibrant using that optional cording foot.